How does the pain you experience when you burn your hand result so quickly in action by your muscles? Many animal response to environmental stimuli using a specialized cell called neuron stimulus is detected by a sensory receptor and the body respond through motor infections. This cell working together allow you to respond very quickly to threat. When you touch something hot, heat receptor of a sensory neuron detect the stimulus and the send the information of heat to and the interneuron in your central nervous system. From there, a motor neuron send a response from your central nervous system to skeletal muscle system in your arm, causing them to contact and pull your hand away. The fundamental process neural transmission that underline that this action occurs in all neuron of the body. Neuron transmit the information through change in electrical potential of membrane by the movement of ions across the membrane of electrochemical gradient. Govern the movement of this ion result in electrical impulse. The resting membrane potential in neuron when the cell is not feeling any impulse established by the unequal distribution of sodium ion outside the cell and potassium ion inside the cell, making the outside of the cell more positively charged compared to the inside of electrochemical gradient. It is established and maintained by an enzyme called sodium potassium. And when a neuron stimulates sodium ion channels of open and sodium in flow cell into the cell, this lead to a change the electrical potential across the membrane called depolarization. And depolarization the depolarization electrical potential travel down the dendrite and over the cell body. Electrical impulse will combine a axon hill in a presence of C called summation. Is depolarization a large inner and action potential is a targeted action potential or all or known electrical impulse that maintain amplitude and extend down the length of the axon. Action potential travel down the axon when the depolarization of a area of membrane causes adjacent voltage. Gated sodium ion channels to open influx of the sodium ion result in the membrane depolarization along the membrane after a short delay. Potassium ion channel open and potassium ion channel flow out the repolarizing the membrane for the neuron to fire against the result. Membrane potential need to be re-established for sodium potassium channel ATP used to move sodium and potassium ion against the concentration gradient. Re-establish the resting membrane potential and the action potential move down the axon or diffusing only a short distance, allowing the signal move quickly at the axon terminal. The electrical impulse passes to another cell at a cellular connection called the synapse. The space between the synaptic neuron post synaptic cell called is a synaptic cleft. The pre-synaptic neuron contains signal molecule called a neuron transmitter that are the package inside vessels. When electrical potential reaches the end of neurotransmitter are the released by exocytosis from the neuron into the synaptic cleft. Neurotransmitter the adjust a cell receptor site attached to ion channel. The channel opening allow the movement of ion into or out of the affected cell, which let it membrane potential thereby a transmitter transmitting the signal from the neuron the affected cell because a nerve impulse generate rapidly. Now the axon of a neuron move from the cell to a cell across synapses, and you react quickly.